up, sports fans? Welcome to Sports Chat with J&J. I'm John.
And I'm Jonathan. I'd like to welcome you back to another episode. And thank you for spending time with us, even though you're probably creeped out by him. But on the game plan today, what we got for you, we will be discussing the Thunder did their window close and how they blew a 3-1 lead. Who called that one? Who called that one? Someone called it. I'm pretty sure someone else did.
Everybody gets lucky sometimes.
That was me. Crazy.
Everybody gets lucky sometimes.
Not luck. Not luck, no. But yeah, we'll discuss did their window close? Why is Nick Foles not showing up? Is he being whiny like Sam Bradford?
Yeah, I think they're related.
I think so. But
they had too much haterade. Went to too much Subway.
First,
sorry.
We're going to talk about the Cavs and Warriors.
Ooh.
Warriors off to a good start like someone predicted.
I couldn't watch it. Couldn't watch it. ABC sucks. DirecTV, they wouldn't give me the game. I was puzzled. I was lost.
Yeah,
I was lost. Mario Kart didn't do it justice.
You do realize all you need is like an antenna, right?
I tried that. It didn't.
Really?
Yeah,
weird. It. But someone called the other Warriors, taking the series. I don't know
just
which
game
one
one.
did it.
Just game
Which
one.
one was called it?
Yeah, it's just game
one. I mean,
just game
Cavs look pretty bad.
Just game one.
Yeah, but game one. But Warriors did not play what they could, and the Cavs still lost.
That's what I mean. That's what we're going to talk about right now. Right now, we're going to lay out the facts right now.
Lay
out the number crunchers. Lay out the number crunchers. Okay, well, you go. I was off balance. Sorry.
Warriors. Curry had 11 points. Thompson had 9.
He was 4-15. Thompson was 4-12.
Yep. Kyrie led the Cavs at 26.
LeBron almost had a triple-double.
James
Love had 17-13. Thompson was 10-12.
And do you see the issue?
Yeah, their big three scored like 60 points and their bench players did nothing.
Yeah, so the big three scored a lot. The big two for the Warriors scored very little, and the Warriors still won.
Yep, it's just plain and simple. Role players have to step up on the road. They can't afford to go back to Cleveland 2-0. If they do that, it's over. It's done. Go to Krispy Kremes, go to Popeyes, go to Six Flags, go to Disney World.
All right, that's probably what's going to happen. They're probably going to go down 2-0 because Curry and Thompson are going to step it up. They're going to get better. They're going to score more points. Well, then what are the Cavs going to do? Apparently you can't rely on Irving, James, and Love because them doing it isn't enough.
They need help from some. Tristan Thompson had 10 and 12, but
where are they going to get help from?
The role players just have to step up on the road. They can't afford to just play good at home. They have to step up on the road.
But are any of them going to step? Because no one's really done it so far.
Well, it's just game one, though. We don't know.
The playoffs have been Irving, James, and Love. The role players really haven't done a whole lot. J.R. Smith has, a few games here and there where he might do something. But overall,
they have to step up on the road.
Yeah, you keep saying they have to.
They have to step up on the road.
Don't.
That's the only thing I can say. They can't just depend on James, Irving, and Love to carry the load.
And even if the role players do step up, if Warriors play like they do, and like they're capable with Curry and Thompson scoring way more points than what they did this game, which they normally do.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Curry and Thompson didn't do anything this game. Yeah, and the role players outplayed Cleveland's role players.
Yeah, so I don't see how the Cavs can win.
Just stupid.
I have no faith. Like you said, you called the Warriors, was it a sorry excuse for a championship team? Yep. Said, they didn't beat anyone last year because everyone was hurt. What have they done so far this year? They've beat everyone healthy.
Yeah, that's true.
Even with the Warriors being banged up a little bit, they're winning.
Yeah. What are they banged up from?
Steph Curry.
He's not... What are you talking about?
He missed several games because of knee.
Oh, my goodness. Somebody get him some Suave.
Really? Because they still won.
Somebody get him some Suave, a knee injury. He wasn't out that long.
Is that a few games?
A few games, please. Please human with your Beauty and the Beast antics.
That doesn't make any sense.
You don't make any sense.
This is what happens when someone is so sad that their predictions have been so wrong.
I'm not sad. I like T'Challa, Black Panther. He's still alive. I don't care. Say what you want.
Called the Thunder to beat the Warriors.
I can't help if the Thunder choked. That's nothing I can do. I'm just making bold predictions. Making it interesting.
To beat the Warriors. That's not looking good so far.
Only game one.
You called the Warriors a pathetic excuse for a championship team, which Yeah, best record in the NBA in the regular season ever. And
yes, they're just the best team ever assembled, aren't they?
Oh, no, they're not the best team assembled.
They're just the best team ever assembled.
But you calling them a washed-up, sorry excuse for a change.
I'm not saying that. It's all the Hall of Famers saying it, too, not just me. Look it up.
Who cares what the Hall of Famers
Look it up. I'm just saying, look it up. I'm not the only person. He's trying to pin this all on me.
Well, that's because you said, they didn't beat anyone. Well, this year they're beating everyone healthy.
Not good.
So what are you going to say after they win 2 in a row?
Well, I won't say anything. I'll say, well, okay, maybe there was jet or not. But can they maintain it? That's the question.
I don't see who's going to stop them. The only thing that's going to stop them is free agency.
Oh, yeah, they probably ate too many Oreos then.
What?
What did you say? What are you
talking about?
What are you talking about?
Stop is Oreos.
I said they should have Oreos.
They should have Oreos.
Yes, Oreos. The triple stuffed. Golden ones. With milk.
Is this how you change the topic?
No, I'm just thinking about Oreos right now.
Thinking about Oreos and not his horrible, horrible predictions.
This is the last episode of Sports Jab with Jay and Jay. Jay will be out next episode.
So the one giving you all the right predictions will be in.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Woo-hoo.
We're going to give free giveaways for people next episode? Free stuff?
Giveaways.
Yeah,
I'll give away 3 good predictions.
Oh, yeah.
Take that to Vegas.
That's real. Yeah, everyone's going to bet on you next season in basketball.
Woo!
You guys are going to win millions. This guy right here. Nice we have this work relationship.
I know, right? It works well.
I don't like you.
It's because you're jealous.
Nope, I'm not jealous at all, actually.
You're the basketball person, I'm getting all the right
I
predictions.
mean, everybody's wrong sometimes. Even the professional analysts are wrong sometimes.
But you're wrong, widely.
Yeah, I was only wrong these 2 games.
And about the Warriors in general.
Oh, it's going to come out. It will come down. Well, that's the subtle. I will be right about the Warriors when that's all done. Maybe not this year, but as it
when they have a few rings, he's going to be like, the Warriors were a terrible team. Mm-hmm. They only won 3 or 4 rings or whatever it's going to be.
Agency.
Oh, yeah. Every team has to deal with free agency. Well, maybe, they'll do what the big 3 in Miami did. They'll take pay cuts and stay together and win.
Well, they could. That'd be the best thing to do, but I don't see it.
I don't know. I mean, they don't. Well, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, they'll lock them up.
What about Draymond?
Well, that's the thing.
He's going to want a big contract.
Oh yeah, that is the thing is, what are they going to do with Draymond?
And do Draymond, Harrison Barnes, Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, I mean those two you can play some of the role players.
That's chemistry though. That's the thing. Working with chemistry here. I'm just saying. Yeah. I like donuts. You like donuts?
He doesn't like donuts.
Let's go to Dunkin' Donuts.
And it's National Donut Day.
I didn't get a donut today.
That's just shameful. Should have had some donuts right here.
I'm okay.
But going back to the Warriors, down 3-1 to the Thunder. Thunder, I don't know what happened there.
But they choked. That's what happened.
They choked pretty bad.
There's nothing else. They choked. That's the only way to say it.
With the Thunder, KD is a free agent. Next year, Russell Westbrook is a free agent. So did the Thunder's window of
yes, absolutely. I will tell you why.
They don't even hear what the question
I asked. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, I got excited.
Did the window for the Thunder close on winning a championship?
Yes, it did. Yep.
Elaborate.
So, Kevin Durant, if they would have taken him to 7 games, I think he would have wanted to stay. But they lost 3 straight games.
They took it to 7 games? It did go to 7 games.
Okay, yeah, sorry. If they would have won the series, I think Kevin Durant might want to stay. But my issue is I don't think he's going to wait and see what Russell Westbrook does in the offseason. If he gets re-signed.
He did say he was going to sit down and talk with Westbrook.
See? I'm saying. If Westbrook says he's going to come back and can convince Kevin Durant, maybe he'll come back for maybe a year. And you go back to all this when the Thunder made the stupidest decision and let go of James Harden.
Well, he wanted a max contract, and they didn't have the space. And James Harden wanted to be his own superstar. He didn't want to be behind, anyone else. And you can see how well it's going for him.
He is still a superstar, and Houston's awful, but Harden is still a studly player.
Oh, he's still a studly player, but he's proven that he needs somebody else. He can't be the one star and carry a team. Even with a star in Dwight Howard.
No, Dwight Howard's garbage.
So
He's like Krispy Kreme's left out for a week, even 2 days.
How about the donuts today?
National
Representing
Donut
National
Day.
Donut Day.
Exactly. You got to show some love.
But yeah, he wanted to be his own star, so he goes to Houston, gets his big contract, and proves that he can, get to the first round of the playoffs. But after that, I mean,
You just go back to that though, because what if they had James Harden in this series and the series before? They would have had a legitimate third player.
yeah.
I mean, you can't depend on Serge Ibaka is not that consistent third superstar.
No, you would think that with how good Kevin Durant, how good Russell Westbrook are, that would be enough. Like, how is that not enough with,
they almost did it, but they choked.
Yeah, 3-1. You're up
blows my mind.
Yeah, you're up 3-1. Yeah, you have a game in Golden State where, you figured you lose. But Game 6 is at home. You have a chance to close it out at home. And you can do it. And then once they lost Game 6, that series was over. There's no way.
I think nobody in the planet believed they were going to win after Game 6 instead of OKC fans in Oklahoma City.
I don't even think Oklahoma fans believed it. They might have, told themselves that, but deep down they knew that there's no way that they were gonna win.
But then it goes to our topic we had last episode: our teams break up so much.
Well, yeah, like I think we said, it's free agency, which this is one of those cases. Like are the Thunder in because is Kevin Durant going to go somewhere else if he decides to come back? I mean, there have been reports that he might come back on a 1-year deal. Because then there's all this talk about the salary cap's going to be increasing, so come back on a 1-year deal. That way, the next year you can get even more money. But then again, after next year, Westbrook's a free agent. So then, what is he going to do? Does he want to get out of OKC? There's been talk of him wanting to go to like LA.
Yeah, he went to college at UCLA.
But why you'd want to go to the Lakers right now? I don't know.
They're in a harsh rebuilding reality after Kobe's gone.
Yeah, they're a disaster right now. Westbrook isn't enough to fix that.
No, that's like 4 years at least building in the draft.
Yeah, so I mean, if he wants to go to LA, okay, more power to him. You're not going to win.
You think you'd want to go to a contender at least that has a shot?
Think so. In the NBA, it's all about there's only really a handful of teams every year that have a legitimate shot at competing in the NBA. Especially when it comes to free agency, only a handful of teams ever seem to get the big free agents.
And it's always the crappy teams.
You don't hear about, big players going to Milwaukee, or, places like that, Sacramento, Phoenix. None of these big stars seem to go to those cities. It's always LA, Boston,
New York,
Chicago,
Carmelo
Miami.
Needs to really get out of New York if he wants to get a ring.
Yeah, he does.
The Knicks aren't doing.
No, they can't figure out their coaching situation. Keep, bringing in different people. I mean, is Phil Jackson the right, position as president? Does he just need to leave? Which the Knicks probably aren't going to do. Yeah, I mean, he made his name as a coach. He's a Hall of Fame coach. But how is he as a president picking players? It hasn't seemed to work out. And he keeps wanting to try to shove his triangle offense on the Knicks, but it doesn't work.
Personnel.
Yeah, it's not working. But, I mean, Thunder...
I would say their window is rapidly closing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a crack open right now.
They're in a very difficult situation because they don't have a legitimate third superstar. They have Durant and Westbrook, but now they have the whole contract issue. When they had the opportunity, when they had a lot of cap space and free agency before Durant and Westbrook got to this point, you would have thought they would have tried hard to get a legitimate bona fide third player for that team.
Yeah.
And
then, I mean, okay, so hypothetically, if Kevin Durant does leave and the next year Westbrook is out, that team is lottery pick now for the foreseeable future. They're the
76ers of the NBA.
They're the 76ers are the 76ers of the NBA.
No, I mean they'd be like the 76ers though, having constant lottery.
Oh yeah, they'd be right there with perennial lottery picks until there's major superstar that happens to come in the draft that they might get. But you haven't seen that really impactful player come out, as a number one pick lately. And when was the last big name player that came in and made his presence like right away? And you have, some decent ones, but you haven't had any like LeBron or Kobe or anyone like that come out since LeBron.
If you said the name, sorry.
Huh?
Nothing.
But if I said, I've never said LeBron isn't a good player, so don't even try to pull that.
I had something in my eye, dude. Like, I had glazed donuts in my eye.
Why do you have donuts in your eye?
I was eating a donut before I got here, and I still had glaze on my hands. Your eye, and it starts to burn. Just next topic. Just go.
Wow, so much donut talk today.
National Donuts Day. Go to Krispy Kreme's. Go to Dunkin'. Go to Tim Hortons. Go to your local supermarket.
Don't go right now. All the donuts are going to be stale and gross. It's at night. It's not going to be very good.
And if you went to Krispy Kreme, got off the conveyor belt.
It's true.
There's no Krispy Kreme in North Dakota.
They're probably making some right now in California. I need Krispy Kreme.
Speaking of California, Nick Foles hasn't shown up to camp yet.
Nick Foles.
Did he get the memo that they went from St. Louis to
Sam Bradford's
Los
little
Angeles?
cousin? He's not his little cousin, but they're acting the same.
Oh yeah, both acting whiny. At least
Little
Bradford's
babies.
back at camp and actually working.
I think
Foles
his
hasn't shown
starting
up.
job is done for Sam Bradford's.
Well, that's a different topic.
Well, it is,
Nick
but
Foles, yeah.
saying.
Like I said, Bradford's shown up. Nick Foles still hasn't.
Nick Foles is done.
He's still MIA.
I don't think he's going to start.
Well, no, you have to actually show up to practice if you want to start.
Jeff Fisher said that yesterday that Goff is getting first round reps sooner than later. I like how he's trying to sugarcoat it that Goff's going to start right away. He's just not coming out to say it.
Yeah, I mean, if Nick Foles had shown up, had actually, participated in everything, he'd still be in he'd probably still
He'd
be the
have
lead.
the competition.
Yeah, and he
going
would probably be leading as a starter going into the season. It'd be his job to lose, but he's basically already lost it now.
Yeah, if you're a quarterback and you don't show up to training camps or OTAs, the locker room loses all faith in you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a starting quarterback and you lose your locker room, that's it.
Maybe he's still in St. Louis. Maybe he just hasn't
Yeah,
realized
maybe he's
they
packing.
moved. No, he hasn't realized they moved. So he's at St. Louis arena. It's like wondering where's everybody else.
Getting a Long John donut chocolate.
Enough about the
I
donuts.
really want a donut. That's so
Literally.
bad.
Literally wants a
Want
donut.
donut.
Making us lose our train of thought.
No. Yeah, Nick Foles. He's
Certainly coming back after donut talk here. I mean, so much, everything just comes back to donuts with you.
Nick. I'm trying. But Nick Foles, yeah, like we were talking about, I'd be shocked if he's the week one starter now, just on how he's acting.
I don't see any shot of him being the week one
Yeah,
starter.
they're gonna go with Goff right away.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's the one there getting the reps. He's the one that's learning the offense.
Getting to know the players, the veterans.
Exactly. He's the one developing the timing with the receivers, so
Yep.
he's going to be the one that's going to be the starter. Goff is, or not Goff, but
Foles.
Foles is
Yeah,
nowhere to be seen. He's not
done.
developing that rapport with the receivers. So yeah, if he comes in, he tries to be the starter, it's going to look terrible. And he's just going to be benched anyways.
Then the chemistry is going to be thrown off right away.
And if you're upset that you're not going to be the starter, show up,
Work your butt off.
and show yourself that I'd be a good fit for someone else. So when you either get released or get traded, someone else wants you. Who wants Nick Foles right now? Like you're so whiny and so egotistical that you're not going to show up to camp. Why would we want you?
He hasn't even had really a good year in the NFL. Really, when he played for the Eagles
he had some
the
good
first
years.
time.
He had some good years with the Eagles and Chip Kelly. He did way better in that offense than Sam Bradford did. Way better. I mean,
He only had a few good years, and
he was the reason Michael Vick got kicked out of Philly because he won the job over Vick.
And is he jealous because Goff he feels is going to win the job over him, like he won it over Vick in Philly?
Well, I mean, maybe, but he should have took a page from Vick. Vick didn't whine and complain about it. He's accepted his run life. Vick knows he is a backup, and that's what he has embraced now. He's with the Steelers. He just realized, okay,
That's a big Ben.
I'm just here as a backup now. That's his role. Nick Foles, if you just take a page out of McGlick, maybe he doesn't want to be a backup, but he could at least participate, make himself look good. So someone might want to take a chance on him as a starter.
Put on your big boy pants. You're
Exactly.
a pro athlete. Show it.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, there's always the Browns. They're always looking for a quarterback.
Or the Broncos. Butt fumbler Paxton Lynch. Yeah. John Elway, great guy.
And the Browns, I mean, he could have gone there.
He could have turned them around like Draft Day, the movie.
And, granted, if you go to the Browns, that means your career is basically over. But,
Unless you're on Draft Day. Seen that movie?
No. Isn't that sad? Browns fans, the best thing you can think of is fictional. Unless you want to go way back to Jim Brown. That was a few years ago.
And Cleveland does have the longest professional drought of any team, I believe, in sports.
Yep, which doesn't look like it's going to be ending anytime soon.
Doesn't look like this year is going to happen.
Until the Browns surprise everyone and win the Super Bowl. RG3 comes back like a maniac.
Boom!
He's going to go down with an injury week 2, and the Browns are going to win 1 game.
Ooh, 1 game?
1.
I give them 0.
I think they could squeak out, some weird game.
They dismantled their team in the offseason.
Did they really ever have a team?
Well, no, but they dismantled the players that they had that were good.
They had good players?
Yeah, they had an all-pro tackle.
They didn't have the good sexy positions. They didn't have a great quarterback or wide receiver.
Oh, yeah, red carpet style, baby. Oh, yeah, with that glazed donut wrapped up on it, too.
They did have Johnny Manziel.
Johnny!
How they let him go is beyond me.
Just ask the mushrooms. That's his favorite Mario Kart object.
All right. Well, moving on from that.
Diss to the Browns.
Yes, every episode, gotta diss them. Just how it goes. Sorry, Brown fans, but you're used to it by now. Everyone disses you. Could be worse, could be Vikings fans. Alright, or it could be worse, could be a Niners fan. Ugh. They got nothing this year. Speaking of the Niners, and a great segue in there, diss the Niners, right into the question form.
I hope the Packers have the worst season ever. We're not friends after this episode.
Yeah, you've already made that clear.
Yep. Take your pictures now, sports fans. This is the last episode. See me.
So if Kaepernick stays on the 49ers, question from one of our fans.
Yes, Jim.
Do you think he will work better with Chip Kelly than he did with the previous one? Which, I mean,
yes, I do.
It was last year or Harbaugh.
Ooh, they make it interesting, huh?
I should have to do that aspect in it. Because the last class coach didn't count.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. The team was gutted.
Sula, he was basically put out as a sacrificial, like,
interim.
You're gonna look terrible.
Interim. Yeah. Someone to come out on the field with the players.
Basically, he was a figurehead.
For my answer to that question, I would say yes, if Kaepernick can get his head screwed on right. Because Kaepernick, like we said in past episodes, he has the perfect skill set for Chip Kelly's offense. They may struggle this year, but I think people would actually see that, okay, Kaepernick might actually flourish in this offense if he can, just find the right personnel, like I said before. It is Chip Kelly, yes, but still, Kaepernick has the right skill set to work his offense. Yeah. I think everybody would agree on that.
It all depends on, really, it all comes down to Kaepernick. What's, going on mentally. Is he willing to move past last year where he
got benched by Blaine Gabbert because he played horrible. I would have benched him too.
Exactly. So, but can he move on from that, put, all in this year and next? You buy into Chip Kelly's system.
You would think he could. I mean, it's if he can win the locker room back, show in the OTAs or whenever he comes back.
Well, he's going to have to, because even when they announced Chip Kelly as the starter, he was still saying, I want out, I want out, I want out. So now he's got to come back to this locker room and be like, hey, I knew I said I didn't want to be with you guys anymore.
Not gonna accept it. So like you said, if your quarterback in the locker room doesn't like you, it's a tough sale.
Yeah, so he's going to have to go out there and prove himself on the field
work
in order
his
for
tail
them
off.
to accept him back. Because on their team who has been playing, who probably is winning the locker room, Blaine Gabbert.
He just comes in every day and does his OTAs, and
exactly.
Some of them have said he's looking actually pretty good in the offense. So I'm just saying, but. Yeah, I mean, if Kaepernick can get his head on right, I could definitely see him flourishing in the offense for sure.
And as a Niners fan, you should hope that he does, because I don't think Gabbert's a fit for Chip Kelly's system.
I don't think he is, no. But I mean, if Kaepernick doesn't have his head on right, sometimes you gotta go with what you got.
Yeah,
let the chips fall wherever they go.
And it's up to Chip Kelly to see if Gabbert's not working out.
Scheme a little
yeah,
bit or
it's like
something.
what can
Yep.
Chip Kelly do to kind of fix it so it does work, and is Chip Kelly willing to do that, or is he like, no, my system,
exactly,
figure it out,
my way or the highway, Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme?
Krispy Kreme.
Okay, but we're talking about football here. What are you doing?
You're
getting off topic again. We're talking. It's fine.
Well, as Chip Kelly says, it my way or the highway. Well, with the Eagles, it was highway because his way wasn't working. So it's going to be the same way with the Niners, my way or the highway. Well, if you're not winning games, so
yeah, that puts pressure on him too. I mean, I'm just saying. But yes, to the question, I do believe that Chip and Cap can work.
Yeah.
If Kaepernick has his head on right.
Yeah. Talent-wise, everything meshes well. It's just all a matter of mentally, both sides.
Yep.
Can Chip Kelly, win Kaepernick back? Does Kaepernick win the locker room back? There's a lot of moving parts in there that they have to figure out in order for that thing to work. Will it work?
I don't know. It's going to depend if Kaepernick comes back and if he assumes the role, as being maybe the backup for a few games and showing he can work his tail off. And maybe if Gabbert's struggling in the game or something, if he's the starter, they might bring him in.
Yeah.
He's got to work for it, though.
Yeah, so
he's got to just hand it to him.
He's got to prove himself during the OTAs
preseason.
And
Exactly.
So I mean, what he's going to do is he's going to shut up, work hard, and then just prove himself all over again. So,
yep, he's a big boy. He should be able to do that.
Big boy, but not necessarily acting like a big boy all the time.
Yeah, it must be a quarterback thing. Must be a trend this offseason.
It seems that way.
Stupid. Getting paid millions and they're going to pout about not starting.
Yeah. I wish I got paid. I'll get paid, the league minimum, just be like a third string. I'd be okay with that.
I get paid the league minimum to be a practice squad guy. Be a towel boy. Home Depot.
Depot. Yep. There's some Depot coming to play.
That's off of a movie I watched.
All right. I'll keep the questions coming. We love to answer them. Again, like our video, subscribe to YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Keep the questions coming. This man has a birthday, so happy birthday to him tomorrow. My sister had a birthday on the 2nd. Happy birthday, Joanna. My wife has a birthday.
She had a birthday in June?
Yeah.
Nice. Happy birthday, Gemini's.
Wife has a birthday coming up on Tuesday. Happy birthday. Love you.
Ole, 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 ole.
All right. You all have a good night. Go get a donut.
Get a donut. Go to Krispy Kreme.